Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Monday trading room. Hang on here a second. All right, just a moment. I'm having a little technical difficulty here this morning. It's more me. It's not the computer, it's me. All right, so here we go again, back to our trading. This is our Monday morning room. And taking a look at the NASDAQ here now on the daily chart to kind of get our bearings. Friday session was a little bit of a surprise. Very, very strong rally to start the day. And then it just kind of settled into a tight little sideways trading range for the remainder of the session, which is not unusual for a Friday. And here we are looking at some very, very bullish bars. So while this looked like a pullback for the first 3 days, Friday's session really kind of is turning this into at least a short-term rally, or what I suspect is that we're going to see the market, the overall market, move into a rather large trading range, probably from 7,000 to, well, we're already pushing 7,500. So maybe 70, 77, 78. Anyways, that's just my guesstimation of what we're going to look at here over the coming months. And yes, I did say months. It'll probably take that long for everything to unwind. Ooh, and look at this, right out of the open, a monster move. Huge move to the upside right out of the gate. Your first, those of you like doing your first in sync eagle signal, well, I guess it came right here or right here, depending on how close you watch that opening buzzer. Either way, no problemo. So very strong showing from the buyers. And you can do that same idea here on the Raptor. You can just take your first in sync signal. So I suppose on the Raptor it was this one right here. So your bands are stacked in a bullish fashion. You're going to be looking for a buy opportunity, and there you go. Boom. Trading band is getting rather broad though. Well over 70 ticks, which does not mean the market has to reverse, but it does seem as though it may be open to a reversal, maybe. We're only a couple of minutes into the session though, so I'm going to let the fur fly and the dust settle and whatever other analogies I can come up with. But at the moment, it does appear as though the trend, well, is certainly trying to be bullish. And that's an awfully good start. Okay, we're getting our counter trend signal now, which you can anticipate when the trading band gets as broad as it did. See our trading band here on the Raptor. Wow, almost up to 80 ticks. The market is going to have a tendency to try to normalize, and in those type of instances, we're going to be getting the counter trend signal. Now, within a strong trend like this, you probably don't want to get too crazy on the short side. If anything, you'll be looking for an opportunity to get back with trend. You could just throw your just in case order to buy up there. You could do a second push on this number 3 signal that we see. So you could either use this bar here as your second push bar, or you could use these highs here as your second push opportunity. Or just wait for the next signal to develop. You see we're getting another warning dot. We're kind of sneaking up on that quarter to the hour mark, my least favorite time of the day to trade. But all right, so what I've done is I'm looking at using this bar right here as my second push. Now, with a second push opportunity, you will tend to do better if you get 2 counter bars rather than just one. So if I had 2 bars against rather than just the one, it probably would work out better. This one, a little bit riskier, perhaps. No, or perhaps not. Let's get the stops up here to break even. No, didn't quite do it. Got a break even tag out, and maybe that was a little overly aggressive on my part, stop wise. We'll see. Oh, no, looks like that was a good call. Good call, Eric. Way to roll those stops up. Gotta give myself a little pep talk from time to time. Oh, here we come with the counter signal again. I would probably still favor the buyers, just given the trend. And here we come with another number 3 signal. Oh, they're going to squeak past me on this one, are they? Yes, they are. It's a little too late on that number 3 signal right there. But that one would have worked out just fine. If you're looking for an excuse to get long, if you could treat this as a little sideways range, and there's your breakout, there's your retest. You could put your just in case order to buy up here above the highs. Again, it tends to work better when you have at least a couple of bars against you rather than just the one. And let's get the stop loss order in play. That's the most important, and then we'll set a profit target here. So I'm in at 75.12. We'll get out at 72.22. Try to get our 10 points. And all I'm doing at this point is just trying to take advantage of the trend. You can see here on the Raptor, we just had a discretionary signal, just a follow-up signal. You could have drawn the same trading channel here on the Raptor. On the Falcon, we have our trend change signal kind of developing the same place. Come on, give me a couple of bull bars, and that will give me a good enough reason to roll my stops up. Here, we'll manage this one from the Raptor. Okay, this next bull bar, there we go. I'm going to roll my stops. When you see the market do its little seesaw back and forth, and you see the market start to move in your direction, well, then that's the time to bring your stops up. The lack of follow through here is a little bit of a concern, which is why I'm a little faster with my stops, even if they're going to tag me at break even here again. Yeah, which they did. I just didn't feel like holding on. Ooh, there we go. A bigger swing. Might get some follow through on this one. Oh yeah, come on. So I guess they decided to give it one more retest before pushing on through. Well, that's okay. I didn't have the patience to wait them out on that one. Bit of a chicken, I know. So I wonder, was that the second leg up? With the eagle, typically we get two legs, occasionally three. So there was leg one and the pause. Now here comes leg two, and we're looking at another retracement, maybe? Or is it just a bigger pullback? I suspect there will be some buying here around the 7,500, 7,505 area. And we may see a little uptick and then the market move to the short side. You can see our Bollinger Suite has gotten relatively bearish. So I would be looking for a test of the extreme and maybe an excuse to try to short it. Seeing how the buyers might be having a little difficulty. At this point, we're back in the hard edge where we should expect a reaction. We're going to get a trend change signal here on the Falcon. Maybe I'll try that one. We already had a nice first micro macro cross reach its profit objective here in the Hawk. Okay, we got our trend change signal here on the Falcon. I'm going to look at getting on board there. We'll see if we get a little better second push opportunity. No, okay, we're going to take it as is. That's all right. Okay, I'm going to bring my stops in to minimize my risk. And let's see if we can't just sneak down here a little bit, get ready with my break even as the market gets about 3/4 of the way to my profit objective. Come on. All right, tag me at break even again. I have a feeling I was a little quick on that one. I do expect this one to head a little bit lower. Well, we are retesting the resistance line, but what I wanted to see was the market come down, test this point right here. Alrighty then. So we're in the hard edge. We're getting our reaction. Might get a late filter opportunity here on the Falcon. Late filter entry occurs when your filter goes out of sync, comes back into sync. The trend line, however, does not change color. That could be a good opportunity. All right, let's get ready for that. All right, so we'll throw the order in. Okay, let's see if they got any follow through this time. Come on. You can do it. It's just a little ways. See, again, I'm looking for a possible retest of this price down here. I'm going to give them just a little bit on my stops. The ideal stop up here, of course, I can't risk it that far. But if they don't start behaving here, I'll either just punch out of the trade entirely, or the next couple of bars lower, I will start to get much more aggressive with my stops. The Bollinger Suite still here below the zero line, which is kind of suggesting it's bearish. See how it's painting red? But the indicator itself above the Bollinger Bands, which at least short term is a little bit more bullish. Come on, give me a couple. There we go. Last chance for the bears now. Get my trade there back to break even. Come on. You can do it. Get down there, you stinkers. Nope, not yet. I thought for sure I was going to see a little more follow through on that one. Oh, they're doing a little hesitation here again. We actually got another late filter entry on the heels of the first one. And I guess my entry was actually a couple of ticks off of the hash mark. I should have perhaps just taken it right on the hash mark. Oh well. You can see we're producing a number one signal here now on the Raptor as well. So the Raptor also looking a little bit more bearish here. I might wait for the second push opportunity. If I can get a couple of bullish bars, I will use this reaction bar to short from. I may just have to set the order early. Let's get remember your orders are live when you're using the trade calculator, so make sure you get your exit order out of the way. Okay, so there we go. We got the couple of bull bars. That's reinforcing this price here as my second push signal bar. Looking to capitalize on this number one signal when and if the market unwinds a little bit to the short side. No, no, they're not ready to commit to that. The downside, that is. We may actually end up moving in a little bit of a sideways range here for a while. When the market starts flipping like this, back and forth, it's always a little bit problematic because you obviously don't want to get stuck in a sideways market. So I'm probably going to use the second push on whatever signal I do next. You don't want to get into that feeling that you're over trading. Yeah, like Richard says, you're making your broker happy. When you're trading that much, your broker will do okay. But again, trend trumps all. So here we go with another buy signal. This is a trend change signal now on the Falcon. Okay, the signal is printed and all right, so there we go. So I'm going to pull my stop just a little bit. At the very least, this should turn out to be a test of the extreme of this high, the recent high. Yeah, there we go. We got a number one signal on the Raptor, and it looks like we're working a 4-arrow consolidation here on the Hawk. Come on. See a little giddy up. Let's go. There we go. Okay, so just dragging their feet. I'm just going to get ready with my exit order. And I'll look to roll it when I'm about halfways to 3/4 of the ways to my profit objective. Okay, roll my stops up. Oh, don't stop now. You were doing so well. Ah, nuts. Okay, well, let's put that away for now. Oh, here we come back with a late filter entry signal to buy. My goodness, the Falcon giving us all kinds of signals here today. So the filter's out of sync. I've got the warning dot. The trend line didn't change color. Next signal that produces will move this filter back into the green zone. That's going to complete the late filter entry signal. So we'll just get ready for that if I get it. Oh, shoot. Okay, so I'm going to use that red bar here as my second push opportunity. They kind of skipped past me here while I was waiting on the signal. hopefully not too far. Although momentum is waning, look at our Bollinger Suite here. We're right inside the band. That's not usually what you want to see. And we are getting very close to calling this a test to the extreme, aren't we? Well, if the buyers are going to go, they got to turn it around at this point. Otherwise, our trend line is going to turn red, and that's going to spoil the buy signal. All right, so the trend line changing color, that negates the buy attempt. I suspect we're looking at a bigger test of the extreme at this point. Wow, and here they come again, the buyers. Buyers are digging in. They're not letting go. So this now the number 3 signal, the hard edge bounce. I'm going to use this current bar as a signal bar. I'll look to enter above there. All right, let's see what they got. So I'm in at 14 and a quarter, so 19 and a quarter will be my profit objective. There we go, 3/4 of the way there, and oh no, don't turn around now, come on. There we go. Oh, that was hard work today. And I'm glad I took my profit on target because the market really does seem to be honoring the trade forecaster here. We are in scalp mode and it sure seems to be behaving that way. Looks like we're going to be moving into trend mode shortly. Well, that'll be interesting. Now, I have done 4 trades so far today. 3 of them were at break even. 1 of them hit my profit objective. My trading day, if I were trading with a trading quota, would be done. I would not be looking to, take too many more trades here. Okay, a little bit more follow through on that. Plus all my break-even trades. Oh, are they settling into a trend? Maybe a little ahead of schedule. And we can treat this as our trading range here now is the breakout. And we can see if we're going to get a retest of sorts. Ooh, look at those buyers. They're still pushing. Really quick little retest here. Only the one bar. Okay, it looks like we're going to get our retest. Maybe. All right, so if we have identified this as a sideways trading range, this now is our retest. So we know we can put our just in case order to buy up here. If we get a couple of bullish bars, there we go, we can put our just in case order to sell down here. So we've got the market in a little bit of a bind actually. So I'll set my profit objectives. And likewise here to the long side. Looking for 10 points on the eagle. Well, they're thinking about it. This is a distinct advantage you have using the mean Renko bars versus, say, like a 5-minute chart. You're kind of looking inside the 5-minute bar or the 15-minute bar, or even tick bars for that matter. I think you get a better perspective of where the buyers and sellers are hiding. I'm wondering if they break higher here, if we're going to encourage a few more buyers to get on board. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll find out. I can cancel my profit order on the short side. Come on. Get up there. I'm hoping as well that maybe by moving into trend mode shortly, we'll see a little bit more follow through on the trade. Come on. Give me a couple of bars here and I can roll to break even plus a couple. All right. I'll take it to break even. The hesitation is giving me pause. Normally, when you see a breakout, even of a minor swing high, you expect to see a little bit more follow through. Okay, there we go. That's a little better. There we go. Okay, I'm going to roll bar for bar at this point. We have hit our swing target, so there's $100 sitting there if you want it. Okay, there we go. I'm putting the squeeze on them now. They're either going to get up, hit my profit target, or tag me out at the swing target. Okay. Well, that was not too terrible. They took their time getting there, but allowed us to sneak a little extra profit out. Now, if I wasn't finished before, I certainly would be finished now. So what is that? That's 5 trades, 3 at break even, 2 profitable trades. I'm up about $250 per contract. Remember, the money is in the multiples, not in the frequency. So if I were trading 2 contracts today instead of 1, that would be $500. 3 contracts, $750. 4 contracts, $1,000, and so on it goes. Overall, we're still bullish, no denying that. If you were very patient rolling your stops, and you had taken the early signal, let's see. No, you probably would have got tagged out on this reverse here. Still a monster move out of the open. And then the next leg up, let's see, where would you be? Oh, you could still be in this trade. Your stop's back here at this point. After entering down here somewhere off this red bar buy. The way this works, so here's your red bar buy. Your initial stops would be 2 swings back. Well, you could say swing 1, swing 2. I'll roll my stop right here. So there's your red bar buy. Then you have to, here comes the hard part. You wait for the pullback and evidence that the market's going to continue higher. All right, so there it is, obviously through this swing point. So now you take your stops and you roll them below the last swing point. So you'd have to wait, you would have had to wait these 15, 20 minutes for that first swing to play out. And now you're finally at break even, but you've probably got a good $300 in open profit. So you can see by trying to hit the home run trades, you've got to hang on. You got to really have some patience. All right, so here's the next swing. So now you can roll your stops up a little bit below the last swing point. And at this point, you probably captured about $300 in open profit. And here you are waiting for the next swing. But again, where you're ticking relative to where your entry is, you're looking at about $500-600 in open profit. You've got about $200 that you are prepared to accept as a drawdown. So it's great when the market is trending. It can work out. It can be extremely profitable. But those days when the market is not trending so well, that can also end up costing you a bit. Yeah, like Keith says, step away from the mouse. Well, we got ourselves a pretty bullish market here today overall. I would not be that keen on trying to short it again. In fact, because it is trending so well, you could even use a simple trend line on any of these pullbacks to help you identify when the trend might be resuming. Here come the sellers now. Looks like we're going to attempt another hard edge bounce, another pullback to the hard edge. one of these bear moves will have a little bit more to it, because as the bears become more aggressive, you're going to see some profit taking on the part of the buyers. For instance, if we did get below this swing point right here, say at around 75.20, well, if you were bullish from down here and you were rolling your stops the way I showed you, there's going to be a fair amount of sell orders here at the 75.20 zone. Just makes sense, right? Plus, you're going to have aggressive bears saying, okay, if we breach that last swing point, let's load up. Okay, well, here comes the buyers. Number 3 signal. You can see we've bounced off the hard edge. We've breached this little trend line. I'm a little bit late for that one, but maybe I can get a second push on it. Second push, again, simply means I allowed the signal to engage. I see where the market reacts. And then I use that reaction as my signal bar. No, and here we go with a number 2 signal. Okay. So the seller's starting to look a little bit more aggressive at this point. And like I said, could just be some basic profit taking. We're going to come back here into the hard edge. We're going to anticipate a reaction. Well, this could be seen as a big second push on that number 2 signal. Again, the idea is as the market attempts to breach some of these lows, these support zones, we may actually see a little bit more follow through. Okay, we're going to get a follow-up signal here now. I've got the warning dot. It's a little dicey doing this going into the hard edge, but we have had a nice little test of the extreme, and we've been rallying for about an hour, so it's not unusual to see the market reverse on itself a little bit. Oh, no signal just yet, just the warning dot right now. Again, you could treat this as a really, really long second push on that number 2 signal. Okay, there we go. We got the 2 counter bars. I'm feeling a little bit better about it. If in fact the market does come back down here now and produce another sell signal or break through this swing low and the hard edge. Oh, here come the buyers again. Okay, well, the signal has gotten very stale. The number 2 signal actually did work out. It did hit your profit objective. I just got to it too late. And now it looks as though maybe the buyers are going to give it another go. We'll see. All right, here we're coming with yet another number 2 signal. I'm going to look at reinstating my earlier trade. Okay, so I'm looking to short again below this low. Again, I'm a little bit late on this number 2 signal that printed. It did not print as a number 2 signal because, well, we're a little bit far removed from the test of the extreme. But that is what we're looking at here. It is a number 2 signal. And it looks like I'm going to get a second push opportunity on that one as well. Or, or not. We've definitely entered a little bit of a sideways range. Oh, see, here come the buyers again. Look at them go. That's kind of do or die for the bears. If they fail at this point after swinging the market lower here and again here, the bulls holding the market both times at around 75, 25, 26. If the sellers can't get it together at this point, then we're probably going to see a rally. So I want to get my stop out of the way here because it's not unusual to see the market breach the trend line by a little bit and then get the reaction. But like I said, if they can't pull it together now, then they're going to lose their grip on the market, I think, if they ever had a grip on the market. Here we go. Last chance. So here now the bearish reaction to the trend line break, kind of the seller's wake up call, if you will. They're thinking about it. We got ourselves a little bit of a sideways trading range going on at this point. Here now the new #1 signal. All right, and here's my second push opportunity on that #1 signal. So I'm going to use my exit order as a buy order, and I'm going to frame this up so I can take the market essentially in a bracket type position. And we got it in a bit of a squeeze. You can just see the back and forth as the traders are, I don't know if they're really jockeying for the next move or if they're just kind of churning the small traders in and out. All right, here they're going to come challenge the bottom end, it looks like. That would be in sync with the Bollingers. Yeah, we've got a trend change signal here on the Falcon. I was a little surprised we didn't get the early cloud crossover signal here on the Raptor. All right, well, let's see what they got. So they filled us to the short side. I'll cancel that order. Come on. I think if they can trade below 75.25, that's one of those psychological numbers. Could get a few traders interested. This is totally counter trend, of course, because today's trend has been up. And counter trend trades, just by their nature, are always riskier. No exceptions. Okay, if I can, I guess, given how choppy the market is, I'll take one bear bar in my favor as an excuse to roll my stops. Ideally, I would like to see two bear bars. Okay, I'll reduce my risk a little. Not holding out a lot of hope for the trade at this point. Yeah, I suspect we're in a little bit of a sideways twist here at the moment. You can see why you don't want to go back to the market too many times, because, well, eventually one of those times could work out not so well. And here comes the trend again. So very tight little sideways trading range. If the market flinches at this point, well, that's almost as good as a breakout. If it flinches, you know where you can place your just in case order to buy. Is that all you're going to give me? Is that little hesitation? Usually I like to see at least a full bar, ideally two full bars. But you do have the trend. Well, we had a trend change signal down here on the Falcon. First micro macro cross here on the Hawk, so a few signals bullish. We're working a number one signal now on the Raptor. Okay, and that's where we got brought in. I guess I better get some exit orders on here. So we'll throw an exit order. And we're long from 42, so I need my profit order at around 47 quarter. There we go. Okay, 3/4 of the way to the profit objective, rolling the stops. Come on, get up there. Oh, come on. You can do it. I do believe these are new highs on the morning, the 75.46. I believe the other highs were at 75.45. There we go. Well, goes to show you how important trend is to your trading. Staying with trend as much as possible, even when you think that, no, the market can't possibly go any higher, or the market can't possibly go any lower. Yes, again. Well, that was good. That will help offset that stinky trade, the short attempt. It's looking like we might get a little bit more of a push here. No? Are they starting to slow already? Sometimes you can do, on these kinds of trades, you can do what's called a measured move. The idea is that the market will replicate the move that it made coming in. So this is the move that it made coming into the pullback. So now you take this and you transfer it to here. And this now becomes your profit objective. So somewhere around 75.70. You can do it short term as well. Like you can do, let's say, that move there, and you can pull it over. You can see that easily found the profit target. Yeah, 75.70 would be a monster move. Another 20 points above where we're trading right now. Here we go with another tempting counter trend signal. Going to get a trend change here on the Falcon as well. Well, we're kind of getting a bit of a mixed bag here. The Hawk getting a little bit more bearish already. The Falcon already getting a little bit more bearish. We have a number 2 signal, which is the counter trend signal on the Raptor. But overall, the Raptor is still bullish, as is the Eagle. It's making me wonder whether the bulls are running out of steam, or the sellers are digging in their heels and saying, nope, this is it. You're not going any further. We'll see if we get one more trade in here before the top of the hour. It's gotten really quiet. Oh, look at that. Another little bullish poke higher. Are the buyers really going to rally it to new highs? Well, we got our discretionary signal here on the Raptor. You could look at this here as a second push opportunity now. Your Bollinger Suite is going to come into sync. Or you could look to enter above this high right here, either of which would work. It's a little aggressive on my part, but hey, let's see what we can do here. So this is essentially a hard edge bounce signal. It did not print as a number 3 signal because you can see we came up maybe just a tick shy of the hard edge, but that is what it is. It's a number 3 signal. Now we have a proper second push opportunity on it. And if they don't recover it pretty quickly here, I'm going to scrub the trade. Certainly if they get down below these lows, I think that would void the buying opportunity. They seem pretty happy. I thought we were going to see a little bit of a bear break at this point, but looks like they're just going to keep going sideways here for the next little while. All right, boys and girls, I think we'll call it a day. If you're going to continue trading, well, I can't help but feel that the market is due for a little bit of a pullback, but I don't know how aggressive I want to get to the short side. The market has been so bullish. I think you're always going to be better staying with the buyers at this point, even though you think they can't possibly get any higher. I would look for things like trend line breaks or hard edge bounces, anything of that nature, to confirm that the buyers are going to make another rally attempt. And as the morning progresses, we're coming into the lunch hour, as the day goes on, I think you're going to want to be more aggressive with your profit objectives as well. All right, well, a good start to the week. Let's see what we can do tomorrow. I will talk to you then. Bye for now.